Welcome to the first episode of Autonomous John, where I'll be bringing you high-tech news from my low-tech basement. I'll cover topics like autonomous vehicles, smart cities, and the infrastructure that's going to drive them all. This is the week of January 7th, 2019. Let's talk about some topics that were in the news last week. The end of 2018 brought us some exciting news in the world of autonomous vehicles, in that quite a few companies were granted access to do testing on public roads. Companies like RideCell, May Mobility is doing some testing currently in Ohio, and I believe they're granted access in some other areas. We all really had our eyes on Waymo because they were granted something rather unique, which was the ability to do testing on public roads in California without the use of a shadow driver, which is the first of its kind in that regard. In Arizona, however, Waymo, where they've been testing for some time, has not been received too well by all of the residents. Even though they are still using shadow drivers in that area, there's been over 20 recorded incidents of residents throwing rocks, slashing the tires, even trying to run vehicles off the road. So I think this is probably in some way related to, the incident that happened with Uber last year in Arizona, where unfortunately there was the first fatality from an autonomous vehicle being operated on the road. So we'll see how other areas of the country react as more testing is rolled out throughout the country. I just definitely think it's something to keep watch on, and I'll definitely kind of keep you up to date if there's any more stories like this. All right, let's talk Tesla. So Tesla is further expanding their footprint across the world. Not too long ago, they started offering vehicles in Europe, and it was just announced that the Model 3 sedan is going to start being available in China soon. The vehicle will retail for about 20% above the MSRP here in the States, retailing about $72,000. Which is pretty exciting to see electric vehicles kind of move across the world like this. It's definitely something that I'm looking into and excited about. And some not so exciting news for Tesla owners is there's been this trend that has kind of been all over social media. Read several articles on it last week of this trend called icing. That icing stands for internal combustion engine. And basically what's been happening is pickup trucks have been parking in front of the supercharger stations that the Teslas require to charge their batteries, which is no good for Tesla owners who need to charge up their batteries. It's actually been such a problem that 9 states already have some level of laws implemented to prevent cars and trucks of parking or blocking these chargers. So definitely something to keep your eye on. If you go look on social media, #icing, you'll kind of see lots of reports of where it's happening. And some pretty exciting news for Tesla is some details have leaked or come out about the Autopilot 3 system. It looks like there's going to see dramatic improvements. The neural net that's kind of running the software will actually take frame processing from about 200 frames per second to 2,000 frames per second. So that's quite a dramatic increase. It's really exciting as the vehicles become more automated. Eventually making it fully autonomous is the idea. So it's definitely something to watch. It's definitely something I'm excited about. It's awesome to see the types of improvement that are coming out just through software updates. Some interesting news for General Motors owned Cruise. They just announced a partnership with DoorDash, a food delivery service, to undergo a pilot in the San Francisco Bay Area with the ultimate goal of autonomous food delivery services. Right now, it will be done under the supervision of a shadow driver with the ultimate goal to remove the driver completely. The pilot should begin in early 2019, so I guess it could realistically start this month or sometime over the next couple of months. It is interesting to see General Motors go for an alternative source of revenue that's so far from their core competency. It's also pretty interesting, so we'll see where that goes. In some bigger news for both General Motors and for Cruise, Dan Ammann, who was up until very recently the president for General Motors, he is actually shifting over to become the CEO of Cruise. And Kyle Vogt, who was the founder of Cruise, will now step into a CTO/president role. Not too surprising, there has been some shakeups at the C level, some org chart changes, and I won't be surprised if this is not the last we see. The last item for this show is the Consumer Electronics Show 2019 is taking place just over the next few days, where announcements will be made in the world of self-driving cars, AI, automation, 5G, basically anything technology related, all coming out over the next couple of days. Elaine Chao, the U.S. Secretary of Transportation, will be speaking. Definitely looking forward to kind of hearing what she has to say, and also bringing you the news that comes out of CES in next week's show. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm definitely interested in your feedback, so leave me some comments. Feel free to shoot me an email at john@autonomousJohn.com. Send me articles, however you want to do it. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Thanks. Bye.